Hello students, I am Professor G.N. Moite, Department of Agriculture Botany, Sadhguru College of Agriculture, Mirasgaon. In this lecture, we are going to see about pre and post Mendelian concept of heredity, role of different disciplines in the advancement of genetics, impact of genetics and its application in different disciplines, that is role in agriculture. Firstly, we will see definition of genetics. Genetics is the branch of science concerned with genes, heredity and variation in living organisms. The word genetics coined by William Bateson and is derived from Greek words genesis meaning origin. J.J. Mendel is the father of genetics. There are terminologies related with genetics like gene, heredity, variation, inheritance, alleles, genome, chromosome and gamete. Pre-Mendelian concept of heredity. First one is pre-formation theory. This theory is proposed by Swammerdam and Bonnet. Pre-formation theory proposes that the only male and female is responsible for heredity. The male gametes consist of miniature figure of man's body called as homunculus, which is responsible for heredity. Then second theory is theory of epigenesis. This theory is proposed by German biologist C.F. Wolf. The theory states that the different organs and tissues of adult plant and animals develop from the uniform embryonic tissue and not from mere growth expansion of the miniature homunculus present in egg or sperms. This concept is universally accepted. Then next theory is theory of acquired characters, that is Lamarckism. This theory is proposed by famous French biologist Lamarck. This theory states that a new character once acquired by an individual shall pass on to its progeny. It means if a man develop a strong muscle by exercise, all his children would have strong muscles. On the other hand, if a person become weak, all his children would be weak. This concept was totally rejected by Weismann on the basis of experiment on rat performed through 22 generations. Then next theory is theory of pangenes. The pangenes, pans means small and genesis means originating. Charles Darwin proposed this theory. According to pangenesis, that each organ of individual produces very small, almost invisible identical copies of itself called gamules or pangenes. These gamules from various parts collected into the bloodstream of animals. The blood transports the gamules into the reproductive organ which produce gametes. Male and female gametes unite to form zygote. When these give rise to new organism, the gamules of different parts of the body give rise to same kind of organs, tissues and cells which produce them in parents. A defective gamule will lead to the development of defective organ in an individual. This theory too was rejected because it lacked scientific basis. These are the pre-Mendelian concept of heredity. Then next theory is germplasm theory. August Weismann proposed this theory. Germplasm theory explains that body of individual consists of two distinct types of tissues. First one is somatoplasm and second one is germplasm. Somatoplasm consists of all body tissues which do not contribute to the sexual reproduction. The germplasm on the other hand produces gametes that are the basis of heredity. Weismann's famous experiment of cutting off the tail of mice for 22 generations and observing that the progeny still had the tail of a normal length proved that the somatoplasm is not responsible for transmission of characters. Thus, transmission of character from one generation to the other takes place only through germplasm. Any change in the germplasm will lead to the change in next generation. This theory is accepted in broad sense. This is all about pre-Mendelian concept. Then other contribution during pre-Mendelian era, that is moist vapor theory given by Pythagoras, then fluid theory given by Empedocles, and third theory is given by reproductive blood theory given by Aristotle. Then we will see contribution during Mendelian era. Mendelian concept of heredity. The law of inheritance were derived by Mendel conducting hybridization experiment in garden peas, that is Pisum sativum. In 1860s, an Austrian monk named George Mendel introduced a new theory of inheritance based on his experimental work with pea plants. Prior to Mendel, most people believed that inheritance was due to blending of parental essences, much like how mixing blue and yellow paint will produce a green color. Based on his pea plant studies, Mendel proposed that traits are always controlled by single genes. However, modern studies have revealed that most traits in humans are controlled by multiple genes as well as environmental influences and do not necessarily exhibit a simple Mendelian pattern of inheritance. Then post Mendelian concept. The basic principles of heredity were initially discovered by Mendel in 1866 and rediscovered by three scientists, Hugo de Vries, Karl Corens, and Erich Semark in 90. Later on, these principles were further clarified and confirmed by several workers, and some new concepts of heredity were discovered. These new concepts were different from the findings of Mendel. These concepts often referred to as Mendelian deviations or exceptions or anomalies. Then what are the Mendelian deviations? That are incomplete dominance, codominance, multiple alleles, linkage, lethal genes, gene interactions, pleiotropic gene effect, polygenes, environmental effect, cytoplasmic inheritance. Then contribution during post-Mendelian era. There are many scientists who contribute for genetics. Some important scientists such as William Bateson, who coined the term genetics, then T.H. Morgan studied crossing over, then most important scientist, that is Watson and Crick, who proposed the double helix model of DNA molecule. This is all about the post-Mendelian contribution. Then role of different discipline in advancement of genetics. There are various disciplines such as cytology, biochemistry, biophysics, statistics who play important role in advancement of genetics. Then impact of genetics and its application in different disciplines. First, applied to the study of all living organisms such as virus, bacteria, plants, domestic animals, humans. Then relationship to society. Then application in different fields such as medicine, industry, agriculture, livestock, for humans, for environment. Then we can develop insect resistant crop, herbicide tolerant crop, virus resistant crop, and for pest management. This is all about the role of genetics in agriculture. Thank you.